Hi, I'm Callie Harris. I'm going to present a little bit today about the legal aspects of teacher evaluation. I learned that teacher evaluation is governed by state law and it's decided on from state to state. It is designed to provide feedback to guide professional learning. It is generally designed at the district level and operated at the district level, which I found to be interesting because our district uses the Kansas Educator Evaluation Protocol, which is the KEEP designed by the state. So I guess I thought it was just generally designed by the state. I did learn this morning in one of our leadership meetings that our new e-walkthrough tool has been designed by our district and being implemented that way. The topic of teacher evaluation is contentious, and I have kind of lived through this. When I first started teaching in 2004, nobody really talked about teacher evaluation. I spent the first 7 years of my career never having been evaluated even one time. And then it changed. There was new research coming out. There was a lot of interest from special interest groups, people who had a lot of money, wanted to advocate for better public education, and a lot of political pressure to remove teachers that were not performing in the classroom. What they found about teacher evaluation was it was ineffective. Even with new ones that were created, teachers were still getting highly satisfactory ratings, and 99% of teachers were still performing satisfactorily, and tenured teachers were never being removed from the classroom. In 2009, $4.3 billion was provided through grants for a policy change and development of teacher evaluation systems. And this started kind of the race for the states to get the funding and get evaluation in place. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation donated $700 million alone for teacher evaluation. And this was rolled out about the same time as the Common Core state standards. There were a couple frameworks that we talked about for teacher evaluation. The framework for teaching was a cycle of pre-conference, teacher observation, post-conference, and then filling out your rubric, which is more probably what I am used to due to the KEEP in Kansas. The value added model is one that I found to be really interesting. Kind of took the teacher environment out of it. They just predict how you're going to do with the test scores. And then they use the success of each child's test scores to measure your effectiveness as a teacher. The NEA has really been all over deciding what they would like to see in teacher evaluation. And rightly so. I think protection of teachers from bias is a big deal, but sometimes I do just think maybe they're overzealous. The 6 key principles, the safe and open collaboration, it just needs to be transparent and collaborative among teachers and stakeholders. Multiple ratings and clear standards. We just need to make sure that we are all getting the same kind of actionable feedback on certain standards. So being integrated, again, kind of goes back to please evaluate me on my curriculum standards and delivery. A validated evaluation measure needs to be, again, measured on widely accepted professional standards. Teacher input in designing the protocols and evaluation tool is important, and setting up their own practice and look for the objectives you would like them to be evaluated on is also crucial. The model core standards that are to be seen in an evaluation protocol are the ones that I also am really familiar with because of the KEEP process. Learner development, So the teacher shows that they know how the students learn and grow and develop. Standard 2 talks about learner differences. They understand the difference of individual learning styles. The learning environment, is it safe for them to be there? Standard 4 is the content knowledge. Do you understand your topic well? Standard 5 is apply the content. Do you know how to be creative and teach it in a way students can understand? Standard 6 is assessment, using multiple measures to evaluate student performance. Standard 7, plans. Do you know what you're doing? Standard 8, instructional strategies. Are you using research-based best practice to present your content, or are you just winging it? Standard 9, professional learning and ethical practice. Are you continuing to learn and grow to be better and hone your skills? Standard 10 is leadership and collaboration. Are they being a leader in their building and working well with others? Multiple measures also is another topic that was discussed, and this is just to help strengthen the process. This is, we want to see, have we provided a complete picture of the teacher's contribution to student learning and the community around them? Are they contributing to professional growth? This is giving teachers feedback about their practice and learning opportunities to help them grow. And the last one would be just, how can we get better? If you don't have feedback, you can't get better at your practice. The concerns from the union, it just has the potential to be great if the feedback is non-biased. They are wary about connections to pay and teacher evaluation. Some part of this, for me, I can see, and other parts are, man, if you were doing a great job, wouldn't it be nice to get a bonus? And test scores. One measure on a standardized test is not how I think we should probably be measuring our teachers, especially one test, one day, and depending on an 8-year-old's performance is kind of hard. I did read there's a lot of litigation filed around teacher evaluation, but what they want to litigate on are fairness and bias test scores, talking about clientele of your student. But what I'm learning is many of these cases were dismissed and the teachers did not win. And is it working or is it worth it? There wasn't a lot of information about this yet. For all the push for teacher evaluation, there hasn't been a lot of studies to see if it's actually changing our professional practice. Maybe a little, but not enough evidence to show. I hope that gave you some good information. I sure learned a lot.